So this is going to be a weird one. I'd say, like the intro said, this is not for you. But I can feel that's even like a little bit of a misnomer. This isn't really for anyone. And hopefully this never will be. Feel free to watch it, enjoy it, do all that stuff. And maybe one day I'll show the person that this was made for, this video and these videos. But I'm making this as a vlog / autobiography. I know that sounds weird, and who am I? I don't really have much to throw forward, to share with the world. But what I am, who I am, is a dad. And though that's not insanely abnormal, when I was young, when I was very young, I almost, and granted I didn't, he's still living now and having a wonderful life, but I almost lost my dad to cancer. Now I think back on that as a 34-year-old and think if I did, there are so many questions I would never have answered because I never would have grown up with him. I never would have known him or who he was. It would have all been just a person's opinion at best, reminiscing of a story, a fond memory. Now granted, you ask a parent about their life, and it's just that too. It's reminiscence. It's a fond memory, but it's theirs. With everything going on right now, and I really don't know how this will be taken. I don't know how I'm going to take it, or where, but in the very long run of this, in the whole process of this, in what I want this to be, I want this to be a video essay so that my son, if anything ever happens to me before he is able to ask, will know the man who raises him. I'm not saying that I'm not raising him with an amazing mother, partner, friend, but I want him to know who I am. And hell, if this is all said and done and I get this finished, I'd love my wife to do the same. But I want to make sure that in this time of worry and concern, in this time of danger, that if anything does happen to me, that he'll always have this to look back on. This, Xander, you will always have this to remember me by. And I'll tell it all in these. I don't have a lot. I have some interesting stories. But I'm not going to mince words. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I'd rather you know me at face value than have this beautiful, pristine image of a father. Because I hope that you'll still have that beautiful and pristine image, because I will just be a good dad to you. That I will be there for you emotionally and physically. I will teach you. I will laugh with you. I will cry with you. I will hold you and hug you. And I'll be there. If I'm not, that you have this. You're right now too. And I've shown you it a couple of times in the course of your growing from newborn to now. But I have a DVD of a documentary that involves my grandfather, the man that your middle name comes from. And I can't express how lucky I am to have something like that. Not everyone is that lucky. That is an exceptional gift that years down the road, I can show you the man that impacted my life so much that I wanted to make sure that his legacy lived on in you, if even just by name. And to have that, hell, to have the clip of him singing Fix You online brings me to tears every time, but anytime I miss him, I can watch that. And I hope this is that for you if anything does ever happen. And I hope nothing ever does. I'm really trying right now to make sure to become more healthy and live as long of a life as possible for you. But it is wild out there right now, sir. You are growing up in a time unprecedented in both economic-wise, just our world is crazy, and for good reason. Bad people are being brought forth and brought out. Monuments to horrible individuals are torn down. A movement is going on right now. The world is getting better, or at least we're damn well trying. And so at the end of this, by the time you would even need this, or hell, by the time if you ever have kids, you show them this, that world that you are living in is so much better than the one we grew up in. The one my dad grew up in, the one his dad grew up in. Because you deserve better. I don't know. I feel like this is more of an intro. This is just me giving a brief summation of what these videos will be. I don't know how many there will be of them, but everyone will say that, the phrase at the very beginning, from one of my favorite books, because this, I hope, is not for you. Because by the end of this, I hope that I'll be here long enough for you to learn everything about me, for you to know me and know the man who's there, know the father you have. Because at one point in my life, I almost lost that. And at one point in your mother's life, she did. So, I would say the best place to start is the very beginning. Xander, I was born in Cooley Dickinson Hospital at 11:30 p.m. on Friday, December 13th, 1985, to William and Paula Niddle. And I think we'll pick up the story next time. Thank you for watching.